Good evening, I'm Matt Woodman. This is CTV News at 5. Tonight, serious snowfall. RCMP warning drivers to stay off the roads as collisions pile up. Police looking for shoppers who were hit with an unknown substance by a man at West Edmonton Mall. And presents for prisoners, why some students send gifts to inmates at the remand center.
CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Matt Woodman.
After a day of blizzard-like weather, the snow is coming to an end in our area. The serious conditions prompted RCMP to warn drivers to avoid traveling on all Alberta roads. The conditions led to a pile-up of up to 100 vehicles on the QE2 just north of Calgary. Traffic is not moving in either direction. Mounties say the cleanup is going to take a while. A warming station has been set up in Airdrie for people involved in the crash. There were highway closures near Olds and Acme and north of Red Deer. Here in Edmonton, visibility was poor. The collision centers say more than 150 people have reported crashes, and the city is dealing with the effects of all that snow we warned you about yesterday. And Josh, as ugly it was in the Edmonton area today, it was worse in other parts of the province.
Yeah, way worse. The wind was stronger. The snow was heavier in many areas. I mean, look at this rain that came down early this morning and then flash froze in the Medicine Hat region. I mean, here in Edmonton, we had several hours of snow, and the wind gusted to about 30 or 40 kilometers per hour. But across parts of southern Alberta, we had wind gusts over 100 kilometers per hour. The worst of this right now is Medicine Hat up towards Youngstown and then around Lloydminster back west towards the Vermilion area. You can see around 3:30, 4 o'clock, that snow ended in the Edmonton area. We're done with it for the rest of tonight. The wind has started to back off as well. You do have this one road closure here to the west, but what you'll see off to the northwest of Edmonton, around Edmonton, is a lot of this yellow and pink on the 511 maps, partly covered in snow and ice. The worst of this by a long shot has been here in that blue zone there north of Medicine Hat, where travel is not recommended. If you can stay off highways for the rest of this evening in east central Alberta and further to the south, even though a lot of the snow is done, with still some wind in the area, that's going to be your safest bet. Here in Edmonton, I think you're probably okay to head out. There's your max wind gusts from today, up to about 40 kilometers per hour. Look at Medicine Hat was at 100. Lethbridge, 113 kilometer per hour gusts earlier in the day today. There's what we're looking at right now, about 15 to 20 kilometer per hour wind and temperatures in that minus 15 to minus 20 range. We'll see the wind stay fairly light through this evening and overnight tonight. Temperatures will drop into the minus 20s around midnight, and then we'll climb back to about minus 12 under mostly cloudy skies tomorrow afternoon. Should be a much nicer day tomorrow, although tomorrow night into Friday could see a few more centimeters of snow. We'll talk about that in a couple minutes.
All right, Josh, thank you. With plenty of snow falling throughout the day, CTV's Miriam Valdez-Carletti was outside seeing how Edmontonians spent the day. While some were clearing the way, others were having some fun.
John Forwick is the only person on his street shoveling as heavy snow blankets the city.
Apparently I'm the only one who's either not smart or smart, so I'm not sure which way it goes.
With up to 20 centimeters falling in Edmonton throughout the day and more on the way, he wanted to get ahead of it.
If you keep out on top of it, it takes about 20 minutes per time. If you let it go, then it's a lot longer. So
he's not the only one working to clear the way. The city has between 90 and 110 trucks plowing through roads.
We have all hands on deck working 24/7 to clear the roadways and the active pathways of snow and ice for Edmontonians. That includes putting traction material down as well as plowing the snow off the roads.
They'll be working into the night, marking the start of a Phase 1 parking ban at 7 p.m.
People are restricted from parking on those roadways until the parking ban is called off, which is about 4 to 5 days.
Despite the blowing snow and frigid temperatures, the snowfall is creating the perfect opportunity for people to hit the hills for some winter fun.
We really wanted to come and our dad told us not to, but we still decided to come.
The weather conditions forced school trips to be canceled at Snow Valley Ski Club, leaving more room for other skiers and snowboarders.
The hill's a lot more chill, but as you can see, there's still some people, braving the wind chill to hit the slopes and enjoy the fresh snow.
Including these brothers who decided today was the perfect time to learn how to ski.
I think it's really cool to ski and to be able to go down a mountain at a really fast speed.
The snow's looking really good, which is really nice. Haven't skied before, but looks good, so I'm excited.
The Snow Valley Ski Club grooms its hills in the evening, so they'll be fresh and ready for those brave enough to battle the weather. Miriam Valdez-Carletti, CTV News, Edmonton.
Police would like to speak with anyone who may have found an unknown substance on their clothes while visiting West Edmonton Mall. On Thursday, November 20th, police were called about a sexual assault at the mall. Officers were told a woman was riding the escalator when a man squirted an unknown substance onto her back from behind. Investigators say a white man followed 7 women around the mall for about an hour and a half without them knowing. Police say he's likely in his 20s, about 6'4", with a medium build. He was wearing a red toque, red plaid jacket, and glasses at the time. Police would like to speak with anyone who may have been targeted. The substance at this point is being tested. Edmonton police want to identify a person who was threatened with a machete by a man facing homicide charges. This surveillance image was taken Friday, November 21st, near Joey Bell Tower. Police are looking for the person in the puffy jacket. Police say the man threatening the person is charged with second-degree murder and the death of 42-year-old Burton Lee Gambler. Gambler was found dead that same night near 97th Street and 107th Avenue. Anyone who can identify the person who was threatened is asked to call the Edmonton Police Service. Recall petitions have been issued for 2 more UCP MLAs, including Alberta's Justice Minister. The applicant behind a petition to recall Mickey Amery says the minister has been unresponsive. The applicant claims Amery's stances represent UCP policy decisions as opposed to those of his constituents. In response, Amery says he will continue to stand up for his riding of Calgary Cross. He adds the Recall Act should not be misused as bipartisan activists. Fort Saskatchewan, Vegreville's Jackie Armstrong Homeniuk is also the subject of a recall application. That one cites a lack of engagement and decisions that shift orphan well cleanup costs onto landowners. There are now 22 recall petitions for UCP MLAs and 1 for an NDP MLA. Hockey Canada and Curling Canada say they will continue to host major events in Alberta. Yesterday, national figure skating body Skate Canada said it will be avoiding our province moving forward. CTV's Jeremy Thompson reports.
Canadian figure skaters competed in Calgary for the national title in 2024. Earlier this week, Skate Canada said high-level competition won't be back to Alberta for the foreseeable future.
Given the anti-trans discriminatory policies the UCP government has passed, which are unprecedented in Canadian history.
The national body cites Alberta's Fairness and Safety in Sport Act in its decision, saying the law contradicts its standards for safe and inclusive sport. The Alberta government rejects that reasoning. Tourism and Sport Minister Andrew Boychenko says the law protects women and girls while ensuring fair competition. By choosing to forego events in Alberta's world-class venues, he says, Skate Canada is denying their female athletes opportunities to compete on a safe and level playing field.
I think we're going to see more organizations step up and choose to speak out and be on the side of human rights rather than being complicit with acts of discrimination.
Hockey Canada tells CTV it has no plans to adjust its event schedule at this time. And with the Women's Curling Championship coming to Calgary in March, Curling Canada says we have no intent to move events out of Alberta. The consequences would have a significant financial impact on Curling Alberta, as well as Alberta-based host clubs for events.
This is an incredible hit to Alberta's economy. Tourism and sport is really important in Alberta.
While there are no national or international figure skating competitions scheduled in Alberta soon, Skate Canada holds frequent events in the province. Along with the 2024 National Championships, it held an event in Edmonton last February that roughly 300 novice skaters attended. Tourism body Explore Edmonton declined to comment on the impact these types of events have on the local economy. Jeremy Thompson, CTV News, Edmonton.
The Alberta government is considering lifting a nearly 20-year ban on hunting grizzly bears. The ban was put in place in 2006. Last year, the province introduced a program targeting problem bears. The Minister of Forestry and Parks says he is considering altering the ban to protect people and their livestock. He says that's in response to recent attacks and the bears' movement to areas that haven't been in more than a century.
No plans at this time yet. We don't want to take anything off the table. I think it would be irresponsible to take all options or not have all options on the table. So we're looking at everything. We obviously are focusing on education, number one.
Many conservationists and wildlife groups are opposed to the idea, saying it could impact the grizzly bear population. Some suggest a move to lift the ban would be motivated to benefit hunters and not in the interest of public safety. Leon Draisaitl is now the 5th Edmonton Oiler in franchise history to reach 1,000 career NHL points.
Draisaitl, the boost shot, back to Draisaitl, cross, McDavid, feathered in front, score! Zach Hyman, and that's point number 1,000 for Leon Draisaitl.
Draisaitl picked up an assist on the opening goal of the Oilers' 6-4 win last night over the Pittsburgh Penguins. Draisaitl finished the game with 4 helpers. He's the 103rd player in NHL history and the first German-born player to reach 1,000 career points. After the game, the entire team wore T-shirts created by Oilers equipment manager Brad Harrison. The shirts include a picture of Draisaitl with a cigarette in his mouth taken at his wedding with the caption, "Smoking his way to 1,000 NHL points." All jokes aside, Draisaitl says he reached this accomplishment with the help of his teammates.
I got a lot of people in my life over the last couple of years that have just, kept everything off my plate and kind of let me do what I do and what I want to do. And just super grateful, super thankful, and of course a little bit proud.
He works his tail off. I see it firsthand every day. It's not surprising for him to reach this accomplishment and reach it so quickly with, so many great years ahead of him still.
Goalie Stuart Skinner, who was traded by the Oilers to the Penguins for Tristan Jarry last week, was in goal for Draisaitl's major milestone. Both goalies are still wearing the masks from their former teams. The Oilers' next game is in Boston tomorrow. Coming up next on CTV News, present program. Some students sending gifts to inmates at the Edmonton Remand Centre.
This really teaches students that all people deserve dignity and love and compassion.
Programming brought to you by Basement Systems Edmonton. Contact us today for all things basement-y.
Thursday in your morning, we talked to the singer of Air Supply about their upcoming stop in Edmonton and their 50-year anniversary, plus a local group helping children of single parents shop with dignity.
Your Morning Edmonton, weekdays.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
You're watching CTV News at 5.
For more than 2 decades, inmates at the Edmonton Remand Centre have been getting a gift at Christmas thanks to some Catholic students in St. Albert. The man who created the program says the act has changed the lives of some inmates while teaching students an important life lesson. CTV's Nara Manisa reports.
I thought I was not going to receive a gift this year for Christmas.
Jerry Moran reads a letter from a Remand Centre inmate who received a treat bag made by students from the Greater St. Albert Catholic Schools. The retired chaplain started the program 26 years ago.
These people do not have anything for Christmas. They can't communicate easily with their family. They're just alone for Christmas.
The bags are filled with chocolates, notepads, and scripture. Students decorate the outside to make the packages pop.
This really teaches students that all people deserve dignity and love and compassion, and that's the foundation of our Catholic beliefs. And so this has been a really important project for our school.
The school division says while some parents were against the idea, many are in support.
It's a great way for my children to learn that serving others is important, that there's other people in the world besides themselves, and to think about other people, especially at Christmas.
Bags not going to the Remand Centre go to a local parish instead. They are donated to the homeless.
This was the first time I've been here for Christmas. It was nice to receive the gifts with the colorful bags.
Moran says this program is life-changing for some inmates.
And I thank you for the hope you gave me with the gifts in the bag.
A lesson in the difference a simple gesture can make. Nara Misa, CTV News, Edmonton.
The Salvation Army is hoping Christmas shoppers hear its bells and help fill its kettles in the coming days. The local campaign is hoping to raise $500,000 in donations. It says right now, though, it's a long way off.
With only a week left really till Christmas Eve, we're finding ourselves well down in our kettle campaign. As of yesterday, we had only hit $174,000. Our goal is $500,000 by Christmas.
The Salvation Army says it will meet its Christmas commitments. However, if the goal is not met, it could impact programs next year, including how many kids are sent to camp and food purchases for people in need. Still to come tonight on CTV News, a handmade Christmas. Students at Center High show off their creativity and crafts at an annual market.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
The season for students to become salespeople at one school downtown. This is Center High's Winter Market. It's a chance for students and staff to sell handmade items, baked goods, crafts, you name it. And most of the potential customers are students as well.
I mean, a lot of people are shocked because it does take a lot of hard work and creativity to do something like this, right? And like everything I made here on the booth is all homemade and I do it from home.
While many students are upgrading high school courses at the school, organizers say it gives some an insight into business as well as being entrepreneurs. If you really wanted to rack in the dough today, Josh, you could have thrown a few shovels on the market there. I'm sure they would have been pretty hot items.
Shovels with someone to operate.
Yeah,
with
right? Yeah. I'd get my money.
Take a look outside right now at the Action Furnace. River Valley Skycam Action Furnace fixed right over it's free. We're at -15 right now. The snow has moved out. It's going to be tough to get an exact measurement on how much snow fell through the course of the day today, just because of all the snowing and all the blowing and drifting. We were forecasting 10 to 20 centimeters. I think we're probably going to end up closer to 10 centimeters in most of the city than 20. A little bit more off to the east and southeast of the city. -13 will go down as the daytime high for today, so well below average once again after a -7 day yesterday. We're at -15 right now, -25 in Fort McMurray and -20 in Grand Prairie. Look at your wind speeds. Not bad in Edmonton and off to the north and northwest. Still pretty brisk, though, with gusts on top of this. Through this afternoon, as we mentioned earlier, you had gusts in the hundreds of kilometers per hour. Well, over 100 kilometers per hour. Medicine Hat, Lethbridge, Onafor had 124, I think. -28 Red Deer with your wind chill right now. It's -33 in Fort McMurray. Areas north of Fort McMurray and back across towards high level. Cold warning in effect. Wind chill in the -40s overnight tonight. Here's your winter storm warning for the areas in purple. You can see this one's just being updated now around Medicine Hat. Also wind warnings still in effect across the south. This snow is over the course of the next couple of hours going to move off into Saskatchewan where we have blizzard warnings. Here in Edmonton, we may actually see a little bit of clearing overnight tonight. I don't think it'll be completely clear skies, though, and through the day tomorrow, there may be a few sunny breaks, but more cloud than sunshine on the whole. Chance of some flurries here midday. Looks like in through areas around Slave Lake and possibly through Fort McMurray. Most of the snow tomorrow, though, is going to develop in the afternoon hours, in through the Peace Country and again through the mountain parks. And late tomorrow night, this is 11 p.m., late tomorrow night through the overnight period, we get some of that snow here in Edmonton once again. Won't be as heavy as today, but maybe 3 to 6 centimeters worth of snow. Mid -20s across the northeast tomorrow morning. You'll see temperatures around -20 tomorrow morning in Edmonton and Red Deer. Those are your daytime highs tomorrow afternoon across the northwest with that late day snow moving in and wind chill. It's going to be in the -30 range for most of tomorrow afternoon across the north. -5 in Red Deer. Wind chill will be in the mid-teens. Jasper gets to -1, and here in the city, wind stays light, so no real significant wind chill tomorrow. After bottoming out around midnight in that -23 range, should be up to about -12 by mid to late afternoon, and then it just kind of levels off in that -12, -13 range right through the evening hours with a couple centimeters of snow late tomorrow night into early Friday morning. Temperatures will be falling through the day Friday, -22 by the afternoon, but windy, gusts to about 50 kilometers per hour. So wind chill is going to be in the -30 range all day Friday, and that is the start of a lengthy deep freeze. Mornings in the -30 range, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And daytime highs in the -20s as we officially kick off winter on Sunday. Looks a little bit better, back into the -10 to 15 range for Christmas Eve, Christmas Day.
Josh, thank you. The Edmonton Community Foundation is giving nearly $2 million to early childhood development resources in our city. This money will be spread across 18 organizations through 59 grants. It will help pay for Indigenous-led preschool, thousands of new library books, and early childhood education spaces. The Bent Arrow Society, Edmonton Public Library, and the ABC Head Start Society are some of the organizations that will benefit. The foundation CEO says investing in young children is the most powerful way to mitigate longer-term social challenges. Well, when we return, staying on the air, how a local radio station plans to spend millions of dollars from the federal government.
CTV News at 5 continues.
Programming brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free.
Coming up tonight on CTV News at 6, as Canada grapples with a doctor shortage, physicians from the Edmonton area are ending up elsewhere. Edmonton-born pediatric lung specialist Steve Brennan says he always planned to train and work as a doctor in Canada. After 2 years of applying to Canadian med schools, though, without success, he looked elsewhere. He trained in Australia and got a residency position in the U.S., an easier path, he says.
Statistically speaking, your chances in the United States are just far better because there's more programs, there's more spots. It's a bad system, right? Because again, it's the same as the medical school thing. You have a lot of people wanting to go to very few spots, and there's just not enough of them.
Described the training system for doctors in Canada as closed off. CTV's Nicole Weisberg takes a closer look at this issue on CTV News at 6. One of Canada's first radio stations is receiving a multi-million-dollar boost from the federal government. CKUA is a not-for-profit radio station with an emphasis on local content. Today, Ottawa gave the station nearly $11 million. CKUA says the extra funding will help it continue its 98-year legacy in Edmonton. Earlier this year, the station was at risk of shutting down and had to launch fundraising efforts to save it. Now, with additional federal funding, the station expects to be running for years to come.
It really enables CKUA to carry on its operations for the many decades to come.
It is an opportunity to invest in aging infrastructure, to invest in new voices and new content on air. It's an opportunity to redevelop some of our home here at the Alberta Hotel and reinvest in a building that was built in 2012 and needs some TLC.
The funding is also expected to create 20 new jobs at the radio station. That's our show. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Woodman. CTV News continues right now.